Hey there, this is LA Calling, and you're watching Brutally Delicious with Bruce Moore.
Hey, welcome to Brutally Delicious. I'm Bruce Moore, and today we've got another great show in store for you. This time, all the way from Australia, we've got The Breach of Silence. And stay tuned, we're going to see what they have cooked up for us today. Hey, welcome, guys.
Hey, man. How are you?
Good. Yourself? You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Matt. I'm from A Breach of Silence. So
I'm Blair from A Breach of Silence.
You guys drove all the way from Australia here? You're on your first, is this your first time in the States?
Yeah, it's first time in the States. Yep, flew 30,000 miles, and we've already driven 6,000 miles in 6 days. It's been amazing.
You're on the first leg of your, what you said, about a 6-week tour?
6-week tour, yeah. Yep.
Alright, cool. So if you, I know we're going to get started. What are we making?
Well, I'm going to call it a Queenslander big breakfast, because in Australia we have different states and we're quite competitive, and Queensland is the best state in Australia, so I'm going to call it a Queensland big breakfast.
Yeah. I'm cooking up a burrito lasagna.
Alright.
So I'm mixing the two cultures together. I've had it before and it's worked wonders on your stomach, so yeah.
Wonderful, that'd be great in your van as well.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're ready, we can go ahead and get started and see where we go, and I'll just go with some questions as we move on.
Let's do this.
Alright, how do we start?
Okay, I'm going to start by chopping some stuff.
Alright.
I'm going to start with a tomato and shallots.
And I've got a curry one over here for one of you guys.
Yep, I'll move over there.
With the burrito lasagna, I think first things first is we start cooking up some ground beef.
Okay.
Get it nice and cooked. So let's turn one of these bad boys on.
Get you started here. This one, alright?
This one in.
Think about that one there?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
That'll work there. So how's the tour going so far?
It's going fantastic, man. Yeah, we've been all through the southern states. Started in Texas, played San Antonio, then we trekked to New Orleans, Louisiana, then to Florida, Alabama. We've been really well received, so we're really happy.
When you guys are out with Drowning Pool, that's a pretty cool gig as well.
Yeah.
The crowds have been okay?
The crowds have been sweet. Drowning Pool are the nicest guys. We're having a really good time.
Excellent.
And yeah, like you said, it's only been a week and we're here for another 5. So.
When you covered that many miles already, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I know we were talking earlier, you said that you found a good reception from just the people in general here in the States.
Man, everyone's so nice. We've found that everyone's polar opposite. They either don't want to know you, and they'll give you a hard time if you annoy them, or they'll go out of their way to help you. You know?
Right.
It's really cool. Like everyone's been really accommodating so far.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we get bad rap here in the States, so that's good to hear.
No, man, not from us. No, it's we're really loving it.
Perfect.
Yeah, these people have been really nice. It's been good. So the unpleasant people were usually the ones in the airport or Walmart.
A lot of miserable people there.
We didn't even know that Walmart was open 24/7, man. Like here we are the other night in Walmart at 3 a.m. going, who wants to buy a blow-up pool?
Right.
Like, the whole.
Do you guys actually have Walmart? I mean, this is kind of way off the topic, but do you guys have Walmarts in Australia?
Not Walmart as such. The same company owns a chain called Big W. It's similar.
We have
what about clientele and the whole thing? Is it similar? It is just like that?
Yeah, it's exactly the
same. Without getting into specifics, I think we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
Right.
I don't know if the other Australians that have been on the show have explained to you what a bogan is. Have they explained what?
No, I have not, but it's a perfect time. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's similar to a redneck.
Perfect comparison.
So do you guys have a white trash?
Well, kind of. But we have this new culture in Australia because Australia has done quite well in the economy, and we call them Cubs, and Cubs are now cashed up bogans. So
it's an acronym. Acronym that stands for
Cubs. Well, yeah.
So
as you know, I don't get acronyms because I didn't get the title of that first song on your record. I'm a little slow, but okay, so that works.
CPNE, the party never ends.
Thank you. Because I've been looking at it all day going, I probably a dummy for asking.
No. It's you learn more when you ask silly questions.
Right.
I find.
All right. So Cubs are like upscale white trash.
Oh yeah, and they have mansions, and their boganess becomes
Think
times
of like
100. So
Think of like that Honey Boo Boo.
Yes. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Oh, they're not that
names
bad.
dropping on camera here. But
Yeah, let's just think of that, man.
by the way, I don't know. You guys been on the road. That thing got canceled. Did you hear that?
What
Yeah.
got canceled?
The whole
Yeah.
show because apparently we're going way down a road.
a dark path. Yeah, she's dating.
She's dating a pedophile
Yeah.
or some convicted child molester or something, so the station dropped it totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, so
Good.
she's back to Walmart. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's
Yeah.
going back to Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
she's still got her millions of dollars, so there's,
Right.
there's some injustice in that.
Right. So now that we talk about the tour. Now that you guys have been the record's been out for a little bit, how do you feel about it? And are you satisfied with the outcome?
Yeah, I mean it's been out since October 7th, and we're really satisfied because in Australia we've just found out that we charted in the Australian Independent
Did you really?
charts. Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a feat in itself.
Yeah, so a little
We're
tick in the
super,
box.
super happy about that, because that's not just like a little chart that's, you know, based around heavy metal music. Yeah, but that's like all genres. You know?
Right.
Like we got number 20 in the independent Australian music charts, which includes like pop music, indie music, everything. Like
Right.
so, we're really happy.
And I think the record has a lot to offer, so that's probably, makes sense because it's not just balls to the wall, in your face heavy. I mean, you guys are mixing up
Yeah.
a whole bunch of like genres, and you got a whole lot of melody, so almost like a power metal thing, mixing up the metalcore, and
Yep.
I mean, even like we were talking about ending with that wonderful ballad at the end that kind of just takes everything to a final close.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
We kind of wrote it to be a story, and some people have gotten that, and others just didn't, and that's their problem, you know.
Right. But obviously, a lot of people got it because it's charting, right?
Yeah, well, in iTunes, it charted in America in the top 20, in the metal charts. In Australia, we hit number 1 for like 4 days, and it's still in the top 20. And then we had like in overall, we're in the top 100 as well. So like it's selling
Right.
if it's in the iTunes chart, so that's good.
And all of these things mean something to us because it's the first time it's happened to us. You know?
Right.
We're still a new band, even though we've been around for a few years. You know, like we're still a new band. We're still, you know, doing new things from our perspective.
Right.
And like it's just really cool to see some awesome results and people
Getting it.
getting it, man. Like it's good that people dig our stuff.
Right.
You know?
And on both sides of the pond too, right? I mean,
That's right.
That's excellent. When you guys are writing, what's your writing process like? Do you guys all write together, or is it more the efforts of one particular member of the band?
No, what happens is usually Kerrod, the other guitarist, and I write the songs musically and get the structures down, and then we get all the guys together and basically get the drums sorted out, and then we do the lyrics essentially. So everybody has input, but it just starts with the guitars.
And when you're writing, are you writing like in the traditional sense where you're all in a room, like jamming back and forth, or is it more taking advantage of technology back and forth sort of thing?
Both. It's usually Kerrod and I in our bedrooms working it out, and then him and I jamming together, and then us taking it, putting it on Pro Tools or whatever system you have. We have Pro Tools, and then basically show these guys, teach them what we're doing, and then they put input from there. So yeah, technology is very good.
It's
Yes.
really,
Yeah.
it's really cool, like getting a song that's basically musically finished, and you can just write lyrics to it. You know?
Right.
Because then you can structure the lyrics around the music that's already there.
Right.
You're not coming up with something in your head and trying to manipulate it around notes.
Right.
You know, it's just the music's written already. You know?
Yeah.
So oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We have preset ideas on like some of the songs we want to write too. Oh, we want to write that, or we want to write a really balls to the wall song.
Right.
We want to write something bouncy and fast, and that's kind of what this record was. Like all of those songs, there's songs for every mood.
So staying along those same lines, and when you're writing, are you writing with the live setting on like how it's going to come across on the stage, or are you writing a song just for the song's sake?
We did on this album, like we really thought about how songs would sound live, but we decided just through experience, you know, like group chants and
breakdowns,
anthem style lyrics really gets that receptive response from the crowd.
Right.
So we wanted to incorporate that in this album. So we've got lots of you know, things in the album that people can sing back to us as well. So yeah, that's
like the opening track.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's right. The opening track, Vultures, one of the songs on there. You know, we sing, you know, like, is there anybody out there, a million times?
Right.
You know, like, yes, and people here
Which
in
is
America.
pretty funny when there's nobody out there.
Yeah,
You got 4 people in the crowd,
pretty
right?
ironic.
It's never happened, but
Luckily, yeah.
Well,
Well, not since we released this song.
Right.
But you know, people in America here, you know, who rocked up to the show, not knowing who we were. You know, by the end of the song, they're singing that back to us.
I
Man.
mean,
So
they can't help it because, like we were saying earlier, I mean, it's energetic and it's, you know, it's not so balls to the wall that it's going to clog you. And there's a lot of stuff to offer it.
it's a melody,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
definitely the melody, because you get that European power metal sort of thing going on,
man.
mixed in with all the balls to the
I
wall.
want to bring 80s metal back. I want to make it popular
We
again.
were just talking about that earlier. I'm a total 80s metal.
Yeah, man.
That's, I mean, one of my favorite, and I'm going to get to, well, we can get to it now. One of my favorite bands of all time, well, you may not like it, everybody else.
Probably one of mine as well.
Faster Pussycat. Absolutely love.
Who?
Yeah. Ain't got no Faster Pussycat over here?
Nah, man, nah. But it sounds intriguing.
Oh, come on. All right, so we're going to shift gears for a second because we're in no particular order. If you were stranded on a desert island and can only take 3 records with you for eternity, assuming you have a solar-powered CD player,
Yep.
what would they be?
Pantera, Cowboys from Hell. Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Yeah.
Over the Number of the Beast?
Yeah, it's a close tie, but I like his voice better on Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. That one, and it would have to be Nightfall in Middle Earth by Blind Guardian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more of like the serious power metal style.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely a good European power.
Depends what sort of mood I'm in. I would take that one out and put Steel Panther, Field Steel in there.
Really?
Yeah, that's it's only a newish sort of record. It's only been out a few years,
Right.
But yeah, what an amazing band.
What about yourself?
This is always hard because I can never make my mind up, but it'd have to be Johnny Cash, and then it would just have to be the best of.
Or a box set. I've had people come in, oh, box sets, do they count?
Yeah. I grew up on country music, which is kind of weird given where I am, but I just always thought he was really cool and just, I love
The Man in Black.
the story behind it,
Yeah.
you know, the story behind the man, that always intrigues me, stories, so I like Johnny Cash, so that would be one. I'd nearly have to say Killswitch Engage, and I'd have to say, I would say Live or Just Breathing, just simply because that changed my whole perspective on the genre of metalcore.
Right.
So those guys, rad, nailed it.
Absolutely.
Biggest metalcore band in the world, probably still now. And I'm gonna have to say Slipknot, because that's what really got me into metal. Like listening to that, and I was just like, yeah, these guys are good. So yeah, that'd be 3.
Ah, perfect.
So I've chopped up some capsicum, which is green pepper for you guys, some tomato, some shallots, which we kind of call brown onions, which Australians, we're very simple-minded in what we call stuff. So I'm just going to throw that in the frying pan to...
And we've got a little oil in there, we're about a medium heat, and you're just going to kind of get it all softened up?
Yep. It's going to just get all the juices out and be really delicious. Brutally delicious even.
Yes, thank you for the plug.
Oh, you know it. I'm here all day.
Right.
I'm going to just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in here too, because it just gives a little bit of zest.
Preparing the layers of the burrito lasagna. As you can see, it's set out just like a normal lasagna, except Mexican style.
Okay, so just covering it for anybody who wasn't watching, we've got a tortilla, some beans, sour cream.
Yep, sour cream, refried beans. I'm going to put a layer of salsa in right now.
Okay.
Right.
So you're right, we're just layering it like if you were making a regular old lasagna at home.
Yep, that's exactly right. I've already put that in. I'll need
just looking really good. Smells good.
It's colorful too. That's nice.
Yeah, that's what you want. This is going to be like a scrambled eggs, but this is a healthy scrambled eggs. It's not buttery or fluffy, and
right.
Yeah.
Is there any story behind this one, or is this something you guys normally make?
I like to cook, so I like to experiment, and this is one of my experiments. So this is just.
Are we your guinea pigs, or have you made this before?
I've made this before,
okay.
yeah, but I can use anything, like mushrooms,
right.
Anything we can use, like it's good fun too. All right, we're cracking the eggs. We'll see how we go.
You're a pro.
No shell. It's about being confident with eggs.
Right.
It's like a woman. Be confident. If not, you're going to fail miserably.
You should let me know.
Salt and pepper in there. I have a bit of all-purpose seasoning, which has got all the stuff. Mix that up. I've added a little bit of milk to get it a bit fluffy and tasting good. So.
Are there any tracks on the new record that are personal favorites that have good stories behind them?
Yeah, there's heaps of tracks with stories behind them. They all have stories behind them. But, I mean, we all contributed to the lyrics and there's some pretty hectic songs there, and there's some pretty fun songs there.
Personally, my favourite, I'm a bit biased because, like Ozzy said, I wrote it. But the song on there called Immortal. We change up our style a bit. We're not so heavy on it. We take more of an 80s ballad sort of stance.
Right.
I wrote it about a friend of mine who died at 21 from bowel cancer. So it's a bit more of a serious toned song. But basically the theme of the song, it doesn't dwell on that, doesn't dwell on the negative. It's more about like this kid, he lived every day like it was his last, and it turns out after a while it was his last, So
right.
he got the most out of his life as short as it was. So the message of that song is you got to do that. Right. You know what I mean? So that's my personal favourite. Yeah, Immortal. Let's call it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a song on there called A Place I Know, and that song Reese had written, and that's basically about a friend of his who is was a bad drug addict, and it cuts into a really soft part, and the lyrics are quite
heavy.
They're heavy, It's
heavily thin.
Right.
Yeah. So he says, let's go to a place I know.
With that familiar sting allows me to let go.
Yeah, darkness, my friend, you're the light.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's pretty heavy, and then we've got the TPNE, which is the party never ends, and that represents Reese more than the rest of us because I'm old.
Right.
Another favourite of mine on the album is Crazy Bitch. It's about ex-girlfriends.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's another cool, fun song.
So it was probably easy to write.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was really easy.
Therapeutic?
Yeah, for all of us, I think.
Right.
It's almost very easy to write.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot more behind that. Probably we can't put it on camera for legal reasons.
The PG-13, right?
Yeah, off the camera I'll tell you all about it.
Well, the next question, and we got to keep, remember we said the PG-13, you just mentioned it. You have what's the strangest thing that's ever happened to you on tour at one of your shows? And I know we could go easily into the
We got so many M-rated stories.
Right, but let's keep in mind that it could be, there could be a 12-year-old watching at home. You have any good stories? That's excellent. Priceless, by the way.
Cousin?
I'm trying to think of something. I've picked up a hitchhiker before on a bus with 25 dudes, and we were all telling jokes, and it was all hilarious. And then, this hitchhiker decided to make a joke, and it was pretty not funny at all.
Right.
Like it was like serial killer-ish. And then for 2 hours, the bus was dead quiet
Yeah, then what was gonna
until we
happen?
got up. Yeah.
Right.
So that was kind of, yeah, we didn't do that again. So that was pretty funny. I mean, there's heaps of stuff that's happened on tour. Like, man, you guys are crazy over here on the road, by the way. On the highway.
Really?
Oh man,
Oh, man.
drivers.
You guys are crazy.
Race car drivers. Yeah.
Probably do hit it a little bit, but you guys are slow.
Well,
I know you drive on the wrong side of the road first off.
Yeah, that's true. We do. And we drive on the wrong side of the car as well.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever get used to that. Did you find it hard getting used to that here?
Other side of the road, not so much, because it's set up.
Right.
But the other side of the car, yes.
Because I know I was in London once and I rented a car just for a day, could not get the hang of it,
Man,
and I'll try to use the tubes.
You nearly hit parked cars on the side of the road because you're used to everything being on your opposite
Right.
side, you know. So, you know, you're driving along and yeah. Let's throw this in the oven.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Just see.
So I'm going to put that in. We're about 375 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, not Celsius, because that's nearly like as hot as the sun.
Right.
So I'll put that in there for about, it's only just to heat it up, really, because the ground beef's cooked. So let's say 20.
Okay, so I'll throw a bit of cheddar cheese in there too. It's probably not the healthiest thing, but it's good.
Right.
Cheese is
Delicious.
good. Brutally delicious.
Yes.
So there we go. What we'll do is hopefully the pan will heat up and then we'll start getting some fluffy eggs.
You guys have any rituals before you get to stage?
Not really. No.
Stressing out.
Yeah. Making sure someone's at the merch counter.
Right.
No man, we just usually do the standard, warm-ups.
Right.
Make sure that you're stretched up before you start jumping around so much, otherwise you're going to do yourself an injury.
Right.
I like to warm up by just doing my boring scales, because
I mean, that's important for you, especially if you're on the road for a long time, right?
yeah, that's it. Like consecutive days playing shows like that, I always make sure I warm up for at least 10 minutes before we jump on. Reese is the same, although he warms up for a good 30 minutes. Just doing, as I said, the boring, scales, kind of stuff. And make sure you're really well stretched, do your leg stretches and stuff like that. There's nothing sort of out of the unusual that we do. Just survive the show, put on the best one you can. Yeah.
You guys still, you've been out for a little bit of time and played a bunch of shows, but you still find yourself getting nervous before you get stage? A little bit of that?
Yeah, I love doing it. I love it so much. So I don't get nervous about playing. I get nervous about something going wrong. You know what I mean? Like playing electrical instruments, there's so many different factors that could go wrong, and so many things have to work right to make one thing work. You know what I mean? And so I get nervous about something going wrong. Your guitar doesn't work, or your wireless patch runs out of batteries, or something. So that's what I worry about. And I mean, it's a good thing to worry about it because I make sure everything's sweet before we play.
100 times probably.
Yeah. So that's what I get nervous about. When it comes to like fans and seeing the crowd, then that gets me excited.
Right.
So I remember, back when we first started, like I used to have a lot of problems with my amp. It always used to, blow up and sort of thing. And I had a curse with it.
Right.
So I think that's where it stems from. I've always had a curse with my amp.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. And I know we were talking about off camera a little bit earlier, so some of the shows have been more crowded than others. Do you find it difficult playing to a smaller crowd as opposed to a big festival crowd, or is it show a show?
Nah, man, show's a show. I got the chance to meet one of my idols about 10 years ago, Tobias Sammet from Ed Guy. And Ed Guy are a German power metal band, not very well known in Australia. And they came to Australia, they played a show, and it was like, so cool for me back then. And we got to meet them afterwards, and I'm like, man, there's like 20 people here, and you guys are just pumping it. And he said to me then, man, it doesn't matter if you're playing 20 people or 20,000 people. they still pay the same to get through the door. So you've got to put on the same
It's
show.
funny you said that because not too long ago I was doing an interview with Bobby Blitz from Overkill, a big favorite band of mine, and he said the same thing. They were playing a show right here in town, and there must have been 30 people. I mean, for Overkill, they're 25 years in the business, and they play festivals to 200,000 over the summer.
Yeah.
And I had the same question. I said, is it difficult to go out there for 20 people? And 10 of them are at the bar not paying attention to you. And he said, no, I mean, they're paying their money and they worked all week for it. So.
That's right, man. And I mean, it's fun being up there.
Right.
So I could be playing no one and I'll still have fun. Like I'm playing the instruments, I'm screaming, I'm yelling, I'm jumping around. Like there's nothing boring about it. You know what I mean? So there's like that factor plus the factor that one person is the same as 100,000. Right. The same, they deserve the same show. So it doesn't change for us. Obviously, if the crowd's more responsive,
right, you get a little bit of energy.
We get a little bit more energy, yeah. Right. Like if they raise the bar, we raise it higher.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in that aspect, I guess you're right because when you react with the crowd, the show is better.
Right.
Yeah. But we don't.
But on your end, I mean, it's still the balls to the wall show, even if there's one kid sitting.
Yeah, man. We certainly don't draw it back. Because the crowd sucks.
Right.
It's not an issue. But like I said, we're versatile in that. Like, if the crowd wants us to do something, we'll do it for them.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So. Okay.
It smells amazing.
It does. I wish we had that smell-o-vision. I mean, we're so advanced now. We got all this 3D stuff. Smell-o-vision at home. Let's give the.
They can look at my face.
Can I steal this for a second?
Yeah.
Let's give the audience.
Yeah.
I know you can't smell that out there, but even the peanut gallery's digging it.
NASA needs to stop this nanotechnology research and start doing smell-o-vision.
I agree.
Alright, these are
You know what? It smells delicious.
Brutally delicious.
See how many miles we can get out of that.
Yeah.
Turn off.
Yeah. You're gonna.
Alright, so I know we talked about albums earlier on Desert Island, but what was the first record you ever bought, or the one record you bought that said, that's my aha, that's what I want to do? I know for me, I walked into the store when I was a kid and bought Value of Imaginary.
Oh yeah,
It was on album and it was sitting on the shelf and it was like, holy shit, that's what I want. And that was the, the turning point from Fleetwood Mac and everything else that I listened to this really, like heavier,
mine was,
aha moment.
Yeah, mine was Offspring. The Offspring,
Right.
X-Name, Hombre, and Smash.
Right.
I bought those albums at the same time, and that band changed my perception, and I wanted to learn guitar because of those two albums. I don't have a lot to say, sorry Dexter, and that, your stuff is not so good anymore, but those
That
albums.
was the aha moment.
Yeah.
Mine would have to be Metallica and Justice for All. The first album I bought. And it was one was the first riff I heard. Was the first riff I heard.
Someone would say that's the last good one.
Right, I know. After that, Rob Rock ruined everything.
We were just talking about that before we started. It was like, hey, you know what? Prior to him, I was a huge fan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love the Black Album and stuff like that, but they've certainly changed their style. Lost a lot of fans, but they gained a new one. Gained new fans.
They're not worried about it though.
No, definitely not.
Pretty sure they gained more than they lost.
It's like what we say, man. Like half the world hates Metallica, but the other half love them.
And is buying them. Yeah. So.
And Justice for All was my first record that I bought, and first record that got me obviously into metal as well.
Right.
And it was that. That was in my early high school years. So yeah.
Okay.
Problems and all? Problems?
I've gotta feel like it all has meaning. I couldn't come with the easy pass.
So we'll go a bit fancy. And we're going to put the eggs on first. Like this, okay, and then we layer the baked beans on top, like so, and then we grab some bacon, like so, and then The last thing we do, we get a bit of avocado. And voila! Look at that. Sorted.
Alright, so here we are, my favorite part of the show, the eating. This looks delicious.
Thanks.
Brutally delicious.
Thank you very much. And if you're ready, we'll go ahead and see what we got cooked up here.
Yeah, let's try it.
That's pretty hearty.
It's good.
Can't go wrong with bacon anyway. Definitely not oh, dude. That's off the chain. I wasn't sure about the baked beans on the whole egg and avocado thing, but that's off the chain. That's nice. And it's real hearty.
It'll get you through the day.
Oh yeah.
Last one, Fuzzy.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having us.
A pleasure, man.
Good luck with the rest of the tour, and hopefully see you again next time you come back to the States.
Yeah, you'll definitely see us.
Thank you, man.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.